Alright guys, as always, I want to go ahead and take a look at Dan Hoard's 5 observations from today's voluntary workouts. So starting off right away, as always, absolute W, freaking love Dan, one of the best in the business. I can't say enough good things about the guy. He's honestly like one of my role models. But with that being said, Joe Burrow took part in every drill and looked great to my eyes. There's no difference in his throws following wrist surgery. And that's something that we have talked about many times, especially, with these last couple of practices, is he looks perfect. I mean, there's no real, issue when it comes to him throwing the ball. That's something that he had to learn how to redo, was grip the ball, because he tore the ligament in his wrist that was able to help him be able to grip the ball. He looks fine. Like, he looks perfect, which is great. Now, of course, as we talked about a couple videos ago, it's going to come down to when he does start playing, though, is the first hit, right? And that's what we heard from the surgeon, was that it's not really throwing the ball is going to be the problem. Throwing the ball is fine. There will be some information, some issues with his, wrist after he throws the ball. Cannot say words for some reason. But with that being said, it's not really that's going to be the huge issue. The way this injury happened, and usually it happens from offensive linemen or defensive linemen, usually never quarterbacks, is because the fact that there was 300 some odd pounds that landed straight on his wrist, right? And that's the real big issue here, and that's what tore the ligament. So the real problem is going to be when he does get hit for the first time, sacked for the first time, and stuff like that. So that's kind of the situation we're going to have to wait and see. And we're not going to see that in training camp, preseason, or any of these other things, because you don't hit your quarterback in training camp, right? Preseason, he's not going to play any because Zach Taylor does not play any starters. I know Marvin Lewis for the longest time did. Well, Marvin Lewis is no longer here, and Zach Taylor does not do that. He has been very clear, very straightforward since 2019 when he arrived, that starters are not going to be playing in preseason. Like it or not, this is kind of how it is. I disagree with it, but it is what it is. I never doubted Trey Hendrickson would play for the Bengals this year, but the fact he's here for voluntary phase of the offseason program speaks volume. I'm going to be the best teammate I can be, and everything else will work itself out, he told me. And yeah, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, Trey Hendrickson is a leader. I think the situation really got pushed very quickly and very far out of nowhere when it came to him wanting the new contract. And I think, as somebody said down below, and it's true, his wife might have been a little bit of the incentive there, and also his agent. So it's a weird situation. But at the end of the day, it spells a lot about his character and about him as a player. To, even though, yes, the situation is, not going his way, he still goes out there, does his job, and plays his butt off. A lot of the reason why I believe truly is, outside of his character, is the fact he does have a 2-year contract with us. So it's like him, as he said yesterday, him going out there and refusing to play or refusing to help the team, that doesn't change anything. If anything, the Bengals will be less likely to work with him. At least with him doing this, there's more of a chance that the Bengals would actually, take a look and actually talk to him and figure something out, because that's the only way you're going to get stuff done, is it actually by kind of playing ball and doing what you're supposed to do. So, again, shout out to Trey for that. Got our first look at free agent Austin, who averaged 45.9 yards per punt in 5 seasons at Texas Tech, and ranked 4 in the country in hang time last year, according to PFF College. Will battle Brad Robbins at training camp to be the starting punter. And I'm telling you what, dude, why does that look like a longer punt than Brad Robbins kicked all last year? I mean, I showed you guys on the channel, but this guy, in college at least, punted the ball 95 yards. Like, this guy punted 95 yards from his own end zone to the other end zone like it was absolutely nothing. Like, he has a leg to him. Okay, I'm not saying he's going to be the best punter in the world, but he has a leg to him. And this is the guy I was talking about a lot during the draft of who I wanted, was this guy right here. And I'm very excited that he's on our team. Great to see Tyson Anderson doing a series of sprints on the rehab field as he returns from an ACL surgery. He expects to be ready to start training camp and was playing at the Pro Bowl level as a special teamer when he got hurt. And yeah, I'm, again, another guy where this is why I'm not too worried about our secondary. Is because, yes, Dax Hill is going to be moving over to cornerback, but we always still now have, again, our boy Tyson Anderson as a backup to Geno Stone and Von Bell and Jordan Battle. So we have that extra guy if we need it, right? And again, love to see him just being mobile, getting out there, and being able to, just show that he's back, right? And that's what we need more than anything right now, is as much guys back as possible. Number 5, defensive end Myles Murphy was apparently ready for a big jump in year 2. There's a difference between the combine condition and football condition, he said. I was in great combine condition last year, but not in good football condition. Now I'm in really good football condition. And this happens a lot. I mean, this is nothing new, in all honesty, is that some players are not good at transitioning from college to the NFL right away. It takes them some time. That's why you see players, they blossom in their second or third year in the NFL, and in the rookie year, they could look like absolute dog water. And the reason why is because it takes them time to transition, to learn, to get up to game speed, to be able to play against, again, grown men rather than playing against kids in college. So there's a different level to it, and he is the X factor this year. If he can really take off and blossom, this is going to be a beautiful sight for us. So I'm excited for Myles Murphy, excited to see what he'll end up giving us. But guys, tell me, look at this stupid Steelers fan. Squealer fans, no zip on the ball whatsoever. Yikes. I don't think either of your quarterbacks can throw a zip on the ball. Guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. And I'm ready for this upcoming season, man. This season cannot come fast enough. I'm going to tell you that right now. Man, the wait is going to be horrendous over the next couple months. Obviously, tomorrow night, we're going to get the content, or not the content. We're going to go ahead and get the schedule released, and we're going to find out how this is going to go when it comes to who we play and when we play them. We already know that we're playing the Chiefs week 2. So, if that's had any indication on how this might end up going, it's going to be an interesting schedule. I'll say it like that. If there's any indication on how this might go, it's going to be a very interesting schedule release. And hopefully they don't bone us on some of these games, because the NFL, they love to hate us. Pretty much how it works. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.